So right now in the Discord, I'm not sure how many of you know, but if you go to the Discord, which is discord.gg/Blankhans, and you go on there and then go to the Coreborn section, and then you go to CB Creative Corner, which is about 12 down or so. There's a contest that's going on right now. There's always a monthly art contest we've been trying to do the past 2 or 3 months, and Rusty put it up. And I just want to read over it again in case any of you are unfamiliar with it. And Rusty said, a new prompt. Tell us about or show us a steam dwarf in strangely red clothing, carrying a big bag on his steam machine and handing out mystery pouches. I'm curious what's in these pouches. This time, let's vote with heart symbols and I'll award with a trophy. The event will end December 31st, 2023 at 12 p.m. noon my time, which is 6 p.m. CET. So a lot of you have just about 3 days left. Yeah, about 3 days left. Let's call it 70 hours or so. If I could be creative, well, that's what this stream is about today. I'm well, Shark Yeti, because you're here now. That's what this stream is about today, is that I said that I would take part in the event to show that I can do it too. I'm not an artist by any means, but it's not about being the best artist. Sometimes it's just about doing your best in any fashion or sense that you can. It can be Lego, it can be building, it can be watercolor, it can be dioramas, it could be doing macaroni plating, whatever you want to do. So I thought I would take time on today's stream to do some art myself for the contest. You know what I mean? And then all of you who are here watching right now, you can do it right now. If you're at work or at home, you too can take part in this and showcase your own efforts. So if you're watching and you've got nothing else to do, or you're done farming right now, then you can also do it. Yeah, but you're awesome too, Grease. That's why you can do it. You know? I'm not putting myself in the contest. I'm not eligible to win, but I do want to show you just how easy it is just to get started. I had for one of my former games, someone sending a griffin cake. See? Baked goods also works. You can do that as well. That coffee is scorching. Okay. So, that is what we're going to do. Oh, for Frostfall, from the date we posted it, which was Tuesday last week, we said you had 3 weeks. Rene, do we know the exact date that we are concluding the Frostfall festivities, the ability to earn Frostfall coins and to trade them into the Coreham vendor? I know last Tuesday on the 19th is when we posted the news and we said 3 weeks from that date. You count as input, Grish. So I can lose the event now? You might win! You don't know. You don't know if you're going to lose or win unless you take part. And then you don't know if you have an opportunity to improve unless you keep doing it. For things like this, it's not about being the best. It's just about giving it a try. I have won contests that I had no business winning. Just because I didn't do it as well art-wise. I didn't do it as well sport-wise, but I did it the best effort-wise. You know? Execution. Perfect is the enemy of good is a maxim that we all can strive to adhere to. And so that's what we're going to do today. And so check this out. Got a little surprise for you. Watch this. Boop. There we go. So I'm taking part right now. I'm showcasing live what it looks like. So I have my camera pointed up above my desk. And this is a notepad right here. And I will do some art for you for the contest to show that we can all take part, no matter who you might be. I'm not home for another 4 days. Sharky is taking me hostage. Someone has to discipline you. All right. Fantastic. So the contest is about steamed orbs. Now, I think we can be a little loose with the interpretation of what Rusty is asking from us, right? So Rusty is looking for us to have a steamed dwarf in red clothing, carrying a big bag on a steam machine, handing her out mystery pouches. I say we have an opportunity to draw, build, or showcase a steam dwarf just as long as we're taking part in the holidays or Christmas, right? To me, I interpret it as steam dwarf during the holidays, using steam dwarf stuff to take part in Christmas, whether they're Santa or taking stuff from Santa or whatever else. So that's going to be my focal point today as I art. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to point my camera this way. You want to see something really funny? Watch this. Ready? Oh, oh. Stop it. Stop it. Nope. 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 There you go. Thank you. Thank you. So we know that steam dwarves utilize steam technology and fire technology, right? Right. So we gotta find a way to interpret that and put it into everything that we're building right now. You know what I mean? And so that's what I want to do. Because they use machines, they use mechanisms. They also make beer. Yeah, Gyra Brew. So I don't know how many of you know this, but they actually use ashes, right? Nutrient-rich ashes to grow mushrooms, right? And those same mushrooms can be used, that's what they live on. Those mushrooms can also be used as beer, right? Spore beer. And then that spore beer can also be used to fuel their machinations. So the ashes cultivate the mushrooms. The mushrooms are then used for consumption, or they can be used as fuel to power all their machinations. And so I want to find a way to put that in progress in the paper right here. So we'll see. We shall see. Let me see. We can do this. Trying to figure out how I want to start this. I could have a Santa flying their sleigh over the Ash Mountains. Right? That's an idea. But that's the important... Actually, I think the most important thing you can do is to just start drawing. So, let's just do this. My mouse out of the way. And let's just start arting. My camera's going to shake a little bit because it's overhead, hanging on by a thread. So let's do... How do we want to do this? I want to draw the background first, the foreground. I want to draw a steam dwarf who is... How about steam dwarf Santa riding Sorgoth and throwing gifts? Oh, so you're okay with suggesting things, but you're not okay with trying to create it yourself. Interesting. That's a good idea. That's the kind of thing you could draw. Thinking. I think we could do... Okay, I have an idea. Sips tea? Delicious. You cannot draw? You can draw. If you can put out a paper and pen or a pencil, you can draw. It's just the level of integrity you can do with your art. What's up, Pummaster722? How are you, Gargarins? Good to see you in here. Let's do... I have an idea. I just got an idea. Let's do... I don't want to draw this, though. Let's do... Okay. I have an idea, but I'm not going to share what it is until I finish the art for it, or as I start drawing more art for it. Because then I'll lose the idea too, because I'll be so focused on describing what it is instead of actually doing the art. The problem with drawing at a small angle, you can't see the small details. So those are supposed to be like hexagon lug nuts. You love my nails? Thank you. They're holiday themed. Thank you very much. Hey ho. Ho ho ho. Where's content leaks? Unbelievable. I don't know. Stick around and find out. Maybe there will be some. Maybe not. Nothing much feeling artsy, so instead of drawing, I came to watch you draw. Oof. I can't promise anything. It's good to see you as well, Gargrins. Hello. He holds the fence the same way as me? Nice. I'm not much of an artist, though. I'm just taking part in a contest to show that anyone can do it. Want to bevel out a bit. It's kind of uneven. And it's uneven on purpose because it's shaped by steel. Like a blacksmith hammering down in a hurry, but not focused on creating perfect angles, just creating something. Leak coming soon, TM. Now remember, this is an opportunity for all of you who are watching to take part in this too. I'm putting my art on display because I'm not a good artist. At all. But I'm willing to draw in front of all of you to hopefully inspire you. You know what I mean? It's community, right? So if I can draw it, you can draw it. Is ultimately what we're looking for here. You get a live final draft. No first draft, no do-overs, just simply what you see is what you get. Screenshot my creation and upload it. Nice try. I'm going to sign this midway through. Bob Ross style. You're getting a refrigerator? Close. It is. It's too small to be a fridge. Even for the Steam dwarves. I only survived art class thanks to art history, not due to my art skills. Art history is important too. I went to our local art museum about 3 months ago. Had a great time with the family walking around, just in awe of everything that we saw. Not only paintings, but also sculptures, things dating back BC, which were beautiful. The Egyptian carving and lithographs, and it was gorgeous. Hieroglyphics, cuneiform carved into clay. I fell in love looking at everything. Like, I'm a big fan of Impressionism, so I was mostly looking at that and dawdling. They have a gift shop too, and they got me. I walked away with some art of my own. Looks like a wooden ale mug to me. Ooh, Pun Master's paying attention. 5 points to Pun Master. I only survived art because I went to his photo class I took that was more important to the teachers. We got to take pictures. I think photography class is really fun too, and really important to teach you about framing your subject, how colors work and complement with each other, using the 9-point grid system and how you can utilize that. I learned a great deal from art photography class. Ah, you went music class. You're a fairly okay singer, but you suck at drawing. That just means the next time we see each other, Shark, you know now what has to happen. I think one of the hardest parts about art is trying to visualize something ahead of time in your head or as you're drawing it. Well, I think once you do that, that's the easy part. The hard part is seeing something in your head. After that, it's keeping the visual in front of your eyes and then trying to draw it down while it's still there. So you're right. This is a ale mug, but it's got a steel bottom and a steel handle to honor the steam dwarfs. And I didn't know I was drawing it until I saw it in my head. And I didn't know what it looked like until I started to draw it in my head first of what I thought it would look like. And because it's the first and final draft, I can't perfect it, I can't improve it, I can only draw what's currently there, what I currently see. You know what I mean? A random picture of a leaf was better? That sounds like you got some sour grapes that you didn't win. Sometimes art class is like that, I think. Where you might try really hard to get a beautiful photo of a cascading waterfall, or an event taking place in nature, or a passing of a season. And then randomly, there's someone who takes a picture of a praying mantis, and the teacher is like, "You've captured the true beauty of nature. First prize." And you're like, "What? Over me?" I get it though. Okay, I see it. So I'm in my head canon. The steel mug made by the Steam Dwarves has a steel handle, which makes it easier to hold on to. And the way it works is that instead of screwing the steel directly onto the mug, there are steel bands that run across where that is to hold it in place. Like Bob Ross used to say, it's your world. Nobody can tell you that that's not it. Unless you're doing it for like a company and they have an art direction that they're looking to accomplish. Otherwise, it's your creation. Doesn't mean the mug is good or that's the way you want to drink out of the mug or serve the liquid or gruel or food, or in this case, beer. But it just means that's how you see it. And to me, the iron bands right here are tightened around the mug. So right here, if you look on the outside, those bands kind of stick out a bit because they're wrapped around the mug, kind of warping it like a hug. Right there. So that's why I'm creating this rounding at the edge right there. It's not a perfect steel band, so it flattens, it's rounded right there to really grip the mug. Those are the small details that I see in my head when I'm drawing. Diva beer incoming? True. Mug warmer, are you insane? Nobody likes warm beer? What mug warmer? Where do you see a mug warmer? Oh, as Renee said, I was thinking it's a mug warmer at the bottom. Oh no, this is just reinforced steel at the bottom. Because in my head, the steam dwarves constantly slam down their, what do they call it? Flagons? They're constantly slamming them down. And so if you reinforce the bottom right here, you don't have the risk of having it cracked every time you slam it down saying, more, more. So that's why it's reinforced right there. Oh, the picture of a leaf was you? Congratulations. I'm convinced people just pretend to like beer. I doubt anyone can like the taste of 90% of beer. Well, I think there's two parts to that. I think one part of that, I think there's three parts. One, I think people learn to acquire a taste for beer over mass consumption. Drinking it over and over and over again, you acquire the taste for beer. Not only that, but you associate it with events. You have a beer with friends when you go out to your weekly gatherings, when you play games, when you go to sporting events, at a wedding, and so your mind associates the taste with the event and creates some memory, I think. Two, people have different palates. So for me, like my sweet palate is very sensitive. So I can't take an overindulgence of sweets because it hits me too strongly. It can make me a little nauseous. It depends. Like cake, I can eat a lot of and a little bit of pie, but candy, if I eat too much, I actually get sick because I have a very sensitive sweet palate and a sensitive sour palate. But my bitter palate is almost non-existent. You know what I mean? And number three, there's just different types of beers. I think 1 and 2 are mostly associated with basic beers. Like for me, local in the US, Coors, Bud, Labatt, Yingling, Shock Top, all those. Killian's, like, except for Killian's actually, and Shock Top. But most of your basic big four beers in the States all have a very similar taste, unless you have a very strong palate. It's the same. But every now and then you have beers that take a different direction with the way they cultivate their tastes. Different IPAs that use different hops that brew for a longer time. The ones that are brewed and stored inside of bourbon barrels. So they absorb the taste from the barrels that previously stored bourbon. You know what I mean? So those beers can differentiate, but like mainline, the big 4 or 3 beers, yeah, they're eh. So the table cracks? Yes. The table cracks. Which is why it's not going to be in a normal table. Show some aged graining of the wood right there. I want to get really fancy and draw one of those, like, you know, wood for a table that's freshly crafted, has that like eye. You know, like the eye you see on Jupiter, the hurricane that's like the size of Earth on their planet, bigger than Earth actually. Like that little grain feature you see on the wood. I want to try to draw that, but I don't think I have the artistic sensibilities to properly draw that on this mug. I'll save that for the real artist. I don't think I can do that. I kind of want to draw it like dripping down and over the edge, but I feel like if I do that, I'm going to ruin the banding right here. I could actually erase this entire section right here and have it drip down right here. Let me give it a try. Remember, I expect all of you to be doing the same thing right now. Even if you're at work, if your boss isn't looking, start drawing. If they ask you, like, what are you doing? You can say, I'm trying to win that Discord contest for Coreborn. You want to help me draw? Otherwise, leave me alone. And then your boss will say, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I had no idea you were doing the Discord art contest for Coreborn. My mistake. Oh, that actually worked out better than I thought it would. Wow. Not my best work, but you know what? Not bad for a rough draft. Not bad for an extremely rough draft. You're just chilling, you're gonna copy mine. You're literally gonna copy my homework in front of Renee? You think he won't snitch? Ah, you know what? No snitching. Never mind. He might not. Sharkietti will. Good. Should have made the handle bigger. This is a very small handle now that I look at it. Like, it fits in like 2 fingers to scoop it up. That's not enough room to fit an entire Steam Dwarf hand for the handle. That's actually going to bother me. I can't believe I didn't think about that. I would bake, not draw at work. Are you baking right now then, Dark? Can't you got a cat on your lap? Make the cat draw for you. Now, Sharkietti, you mentioned Guinness. But a properly poured Guinness? Or a rushed pour Guinness? Like a Guinness that's poured in like 3 seconds. Oof. The handle is just facing away from our POV. I wish that was the case. And I would love to tell myself that lie, but I'd always know the truth. And because I know the truth, I've got to fix it. Really sharp edges too, because they don't care. That's enough room to fit in a little meaty hand right there. There we go. Improvement. Much better. There we go. Love a properly poured Guinness, indeed. I should finish drawing my foreground first before drawing my background. Because once I draw my background, that means I've already decided the borders and limitations of what I'm drawing. So for example, I'm going to draw this on a table, but if I start drawing the table right now, then I've already decided how many things can fit on the table, and I limit myself. It's what came next in my mind. But if I start drawing everything that I want to be on the table, then I can draw the table afterwards because I know exactly how many things are going to be on the table. As opposed to drawing the table first and I go, uh-oh, I actually needed more room for this stuff. And then I got to erase it. And now the perspective is off. Now the skewing is off. Now the scale is off. How about a youth revolution of stream dwarves who use Coke and not beer? I guess you could. I'm not sure if Coca-Cola is going to do a great job powering the machines and the machinations that the Steam Dwarfs use. I don't think Sorgoth is going to be terrified of a Steam Dwarf machine that's fueled by Coke Zero or Vanilla Coke. So here's something I think would be fun. I think because the ale is flowing onto the desk, the ale is so potent that it instantly spawns mushrooms. Like on the desk. That's how strong this ale is. It's not to say that if you consume it, you'll grow mushrooms because of your stomach acid. But if this ale touches this ash-based table, it spawns little mushrooms. So be careful, Santa. I'm doing a circular shape to manipulate the way the mushroom looks. I want it to look psychedelic. Would any of you be willing to drink a beer that you saw where the excess beer on the table spawned mushrooms? Would you be scared to drink that? Or would you say, you know what? You only live once. I'll take 2. Beer spawning mushrooms? How much beer did you already have? I can't have beer right now. I'm at work. Different customs in the US. Here in the US, I'm not allowed to just drink beer and then work. Although I'm sure if I asked Renee, he wouldn't care. Like, hey, Renee, I'm going to get wasted at work. You mind? Now you got Austin Powers in your head? Yeah, baby. Yeah. I like this. This is actually very cute. Wow. I'm gonna try to draw one mid-growth from the suds. Not bad, actually. The one mid-growth takes on this wavy texture because it's not fully built yet. You even went into the lab after a beer or two? True. But you are hired by a Bavarian company? That is true. That is true. Rene is drinking all the time at work himself. He might be. I'm trying to imagine the perspective for this. Let's do a pre-draw. Little pre-art art. Too close to the mushroom. Let's put it right here. Let's do it like this. At an angle. Angle. This is all in the foreground, so it's got to be larger than everything else. This is not a parallelogram. No, it resembles one. Terrible perspective, but you know what? I don't have all day. I just said perfect is the enemy of good, right? Time to exercise that. That's the end of the table, I think. So the table's good. That's the other thing, is drawing a straight line, because I can see my line slowly creeping up at an angle. News 3 pouch has a hidden camera. That's funny. Tea and hot chocolate? You're on vacation. Tea and hot chocolate? Okay. Table's kind of dull, huh? I can't exactly think of how I want to jazz my table up to make it look more Steam Dwarfish. Well, I do have an idea, but it's going to be like really hard. I have an idea. I just got it. I don't think it's very good. So am I to do to unbox it? What if this table because they're made by the Steam Dwarfs has some kind of like try to see what this look like. Okay. Maybe it looks like Okay. Okay. Now what does that look like? That looks like I can see what I want to do. I'm just trying to visualize it better. What does it look like? It's amazing trying to visualize something that you kind of see all the time, but making it look believable. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay. So I figured, since this table is made by the steam dwarves, what I'm gonna do is have it so the table is actually reinforced with a frigate system. So instead of being heat based, the table is actually cold to the touch. So it's not steam, but it's generating a lot of cool air, which is forming icicles along this pipe. And that is to keep the table cold, so this flagon of the steam dwarf beer right here can exist on the table without it warming up over time before Santa arrives. You know what I mean? So the gyro beer can be right here and it's not a concern. You know what I mean? So spore beer right here stays nice and frigid the entire time. Oh, sushi sounds so good. I love sushi. You can also use references. You're not wrong. By the way, Karai Saraf is one of the people who has taken part in the contest. So, Moss dear clap for Karai. Thank you for taking part in the contest. I love your drawing, by the way. My favorite part is how the steam dwarf looks like this. Just overjoyed. And then right here are like little exhaust flaps. That open up to help expel the cold air. This is why you draw the behind stuff first, because now I can start layering things. because I intentionally want these vapors to overlap. And I'm making these look as messy as possible with the ice and the vapors because I don't want the viewer's attention to be drawn right there. The viewer's attention should be focused instead on everything else. I suppose there should be like a little contraption right here that gives the readout. Right? Little needle point right there. All right, my fellow Coreborn, my fellow steam dwarfs, my fellow dwellers of the Ash Mountains, what do you think the temperature of this table is? You can use Celsius or you can use Fahrenheit. You cannot use Kelvin. What's the little readout say? What's the temperature of this table? What do you think? How cold is this table? I imagine like the Santa card is like very simple. You know what I mean? And they draw in straight lines for everything. No umber, it just says icy. It's just icy. What's the display say? Icy. Perfect. I think all I'm going to do is create a small chilling effect off the table when I'm finished with it. You know what I mean? There you go. Icy. Beautiful. So that's the foreground right there. Cool. We're halfway done. We're halfway done. I love how even though this is like a steel table right here, it's still strong enough to create cracks to grow in right here. That's how strong the ale is. Very nice. Now here comes the hard part. I think what we're going to do is over here, we're going to have like steam dwarf tree is right here, but the steam dwarf tree can't possibly hold any foliage at all. So it's just like a dead branch tree. And that's their Christmas tree. Just a deadened tree with branches that are just trying their best to stay alive. I will tell you, I don't think I'm a great artist at all, but one of the worst things for me to draw is I draw horrible trees. Despite growing up them and seeing them all the time, I don't see trees when I draw them, you know what I mean? I'm trying to visualize. I know what a dead tree looks like. I know how it should look, but trying to draw some pieces right here that look sawed off or cut off. The most important part about all this is I don't want this tree to have a lot of detail because it's in the background. I want to have enough detail so you know it's a dying tree, or it's already a dead tree. But not too much detail that it's the focal point, because the focal point is everything here in the foreground. This tree is stored in some kind of contraption that keeps it from fully dying, but stays alive long enough during Christmas. So it's gotta have a digital readout right here in the front that tells you like the condition of the tree. And then things you can adjust, parameters you can adjust to keep the tree alive. So like some switches, some knobs, some sliders. It's like a radio, doesn't it? Like a radio tree. You know what? Maybe that's what it is. It's a radio tree. It's our world. Can you buy my awesome art when I'm done? I'm afraid it's only for use in the contest, but you are free to copy it and save it, just like Grisha's going to do. I'm just happy you're here for it. And hopefully it inspires you to create your own. I mean, come on, all of you. Like I said, I'm not a great artist and I'm doing this. This can be you. You have 3 days to create your own art. I believe in you. I really do. It's not about it looking good. But thank you for calling it awesome, Doc. Man, now I want sushi so badly. I really want some sushi. Now, a steam dwarf for their presents. Are they traditional wrapping presents? Or they keep them in like... What would a steam dwarf have their presents wrapped in from Santa? Well, Santa's delivering them. So I feel like Santa wouldn't change the way they're wrapped. I'm drawing upward lines like that. I do love wrapping presents though. I think it's the artistic side of me that just loves seeing beautifully formed boxes, you know? How many of you are really good present wrappers? Because I feel like in every household, there's always the people who should never wrap presents, but they really want to, and you're like, please don't wrap presents this year. But I swear I've gotten better. Why don't you let this person wrap them instead? Like for me, I'm actually a decent present wrapper, but I'm not the best in my family. My mom is really good at wrapping presents. My sister is incredible at it. My sister is very meticulous about it. She will take all day for one present to wrap if she has to, but it will look perfect. No edges, no frills. It looks perfect. I'm so envious of her ability to do that. She's so good at it. Scotch tape to the rescue. That's so gross. Ah. Man, that's the kind of present, Renee, that you wrap where you can tell what it is. As soon as you look at it, you go under the tree all excited, like, ooh, what? You got me a tire. No, I didn't. I can see the outline. I can see the scrunch marks and the tape around the spokes in the wheel. No, it's open it. It's not a tire. It's a tire. You got me a tire. I can see the outline. I'm also not an artist and I can draw too. Yeah, see, Karai, you're a leader. Karai Seraph, you're a leader. The Pied Piper, more the mice following along. Depends on the size and shape of the present. Usually I either end up in a well-done cube or a weird bonbon. If we could name our characters in Coreborn, I think Weird Bonbon would be a great name for a character. In fact, if Coreborn goes the direction in the future of being able to name our characters, I will not be Okaydrian. I will be Weird Bonbon. So keep that in mind for the future. If you're looking around the server and you see Weird Bonbon, it's me. Cube present. No one even knows what it is. It's there. Just has one ribbon around the side. No top wrap. As I would wrap a tire, I would put a ribbon on it. Now I kind of want to draw a tire under the tree. I think that's very Steam Dwarfish. I think Santa would leave behind a tire. Ooh, I don't think I can draw a tire. Let's draw two. I don't think I've ever drawn a tire lying down in my entire life. Oh, this was a mistake. I can tell already. This was a mistake. I'm not drawing a tire. Nope, this is bad. This is not good. Today's art challenge, draw a tire. I'm sorry, I can't come to school today. Adrian, are you trying to get out of tire drawing day? No, I just really don't feel well. That's not completely awful, I think. That's not completely awful. It's a wrapped tire. Some creases there. Get a little tag hanging off right there. Who it's for. Egg-shaped tire. I'm sure the Steam Dwarves will find a way to utilize this better than I will. It's a cheese wheel, a tire you can eat. We should find something on what viewers can do with their channel points. I have thousands and can't use them. Maybe someone here has an idea. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. What do you all think you would like to use your channel points for? What do you think? What would be a good idea? Maybe if you have like 20,000 channel points, Uwari will show up at your home for a live Q&A. That'd be kind of cool, right? Or maybe for 100,000 channel points, Greesh will put anything you want on his Greesh.gg website for Coreborn. Anything you want. For 200,000 points, you can trade that in and have Hauke sing a Gibling song. 10 seconds in length that can be put into the game. Leaking things. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not a bad idea at all, actually. It's pretty good. Short version. Hey, Shark, look at that. Great minds think alike. A short version of Hauke's Jib singing would be funny for 500. Just a little jeep, 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 jeep. What if Santa left a Steam Dwarf a Fabergé egg? Right there. This Steam Dwarf was particularly very good for the holidays. I'd also be for leaks for channel points. Very nice. We're starting to get a unanimous opinion on leaks. Use your channel points, have a leak. Only problem is y'all use it every single stream. We have to make it expensive. And then some less detailed presence right there in the background. There we go. Beautiful. Not bad, team. Not bad. And then here's the kicker. Here's where the fun begins. Right here. We're going to do... I'm thinking... This is going to be tough. 500,000 channel points. You can choose a guest for the next stream. Ooh. That's not a bad idea. That means Greece can finally take advantage of his ranking system. Bring back Maluru. Pay for it. Okay. Um, not possible. We don't force the team to appear on stream. True. $100,000 for a leak maybe next year. What about... You could use your channel points to influence the game somehow. Like maybe with a significant amount of channel points, you can change the colorway of an item for a large amount of channel points. Or maybe for a larger amount of channel points, you can bring back a holiday themed item for one day only. Or for a certain amount of channel points, you can choose the dialogue of one of the characters for 1 week. Something tasteful. Or for a certain amount of channel points, your name gets put on a board in Coreheim. You can go up to the board in Coreheim and it says, special thanks this week to so-and-so who would like to leave behind this message. What if? There we go. Now, one of the steam dwarves could not help themselves and decided to take a nap right by the tree just so they can catch Santa coming down to give them their gifts. There we go. There we go. There we go. I've never been good at drawing hats. I want to give them Dragon Ball hair, but obviously can't do that. There's no Dragon Ball hair allowed. Guess I gotta give them like a Santa hat, right? Little sleepy time hat. Now, since they're sleeping, that means the direction of their little ball on top should fall this way. There's a little braid in their beard right there. Another one down here. Could also do... I don't know. Spending channel points is important, though. So here's the kicker of this entire art piece right here. And again, all of you have 3 days to take part in this. If you haven't already, make sure you go to discord.gg/Blankhans. That is our Discord. And once you're there, go to the Coreborn Creative Corner, and in there you can submit your own drawing. You can submit your cake. You can submit your Lego piece. Anything art. You can submit a short story if you want to. Circular rug. Their bag overlaps with the rug. There's a windowsill right there. Wall. Okay. And then this table releases a little bit of steam from all the air cooling from the ice. Got little cracks of ice on the table. Not bad. Now, 1,000 channel points for a leak and only once per stream. I like that. Karai is so pumped. Yeah, nice. Now we're talking. Now here's the really fun idea that I have for this. This is the last part of the drawing for me. something really funny, I think. Let's do right here. Woof, that's a bad line. Woof, that's a really bad line. Woof. This is why there's a Coreborn art team and I'm not in it. No one show this to our art team, please. They are not allowed to see this. No worries, I will share it with the art team. Disgusting. They have little teeny tiny stockings hanging down. Nothing dramatic. Just little teeny tiny stockings hanging down. It's actually a much bigger stocking than I intended, but okay. I have a tiny stocking. Remember when I was a kid, I always had the idea that the bigger my stocking was, the more stuff that we put inside of it. Santa figured that trick out really quickly. I think I got the idea from a cartoon. I was swore it would work. I shouldn't have drawn it so harshly. That one has too much detail. But what good is a Christmas if we don't have a proper fireplace? Oh, this side looks so much better than the other side. I can't in good conscience do that. It's gotta be light art. And keep in mind, in addition to their contest right here, there's also a contest going on with Hollywood Escape. For any of you who are watching this stream for the first time, we have a game on Fortnite called Hollywood Escape. Is an escape room puzzle type game, and all you gotta do is escape several rooms and their collectibles along the way, and then upon completion at the very end, the last screen, there will be a screen telling you how long it took you to complete it, how many secrets you found, and your name with it. And so there will also be a banner to the left that tells you if you screenshot that screen with your end time, your name, and how many you found and completion of all the rooms, you can submit that to our social media team with hashtag Hollywood Escape. You can do it on Threads. You can do it on Instagram. You can do it on Twitter/X. You submit that and you get entered for a chance to win a PlayStation 5. And that contest is going on through like the middle of January. So you've got plenty of time to enter that. And you don't have to have the fastest time. You don't have to have all the collectibles. Just try your best and then keep speed running and try for better times. And as long as you use the hashtag and have your picture up right there, you get entered in the contest. A PlayStation 5. There's a whole bunch of games you can play on there too. Really cool games. Just to name a few, you could do Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2. You could do Returnal, do Ratchet and Clank. World Apart if you want to. But having a PlayStation 5 would be really cool. So many opportunities to play really cool games. It's the fun thing about console games. You never know what you're going to end up playing on them, you know? I mean, it's any video game, really, but... 10,000 channel points and I have to fight some enemies with a twig sword for 5 minutes. So just relive like my first 2 months of streaming. Very nice. That's funny. Here's the big reveal, y'all. Here's what I saw in my head at the very beginning that I've been waiting to draw this entire time. Ho, ho, ho. Look who stopped by. While this little steam dwarf was sleeping. Jolly old stopped by. I draw some firewood right there. Fire's out, luckily. He knows when you are sleeping. That's the thing. He knows when you're awake. So you can stay up all night long if you want to. But he'll know. And he always chooses the perfect opportunity to show up. So rest well, little steam dwarf. Apparently you were very good this year too. Imagine their feelings when they awaken and realize they just missed them. Here's a little fun part too. And a little harsh. Little harsh. Yes, Jibness, correct. There we go. Actually, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. I was going to draw footprints leading up to the table. But if that were the case, then Santa would have already drank the beer, unless he doesn't drink beer. For Jibmas. So the feet prints don't work. That's okay. Good thing I figured that out before I ruined everything, huh? And there you go. Bubbles in the jacuzzi? What jacuzzi? They're sleeping on a blanket. Did I not draw the blanket well enough? My blanket sucks. I don't know how to draw gibbling. I should make a gibbling blanket. Imagine a steam dwarf with a gibbling blanket. Sitting in a jacuzzi? Oh man, it does look like a jacuzzi, doesn't it? You know, I think a steam dwarf would have a jacuzzi indoors. There we go. Signed. And there you go. That's my submission. That's my submission for the art contest right now going on in our very own Discord, discord.gg/Blankhans, which you can see right down here, actually. See? Pencil. Follow it down right there. You can do command Discord, which is !Discord for easy access to it. And then once you go to the Discord, just look for CB Creative Corner. And I invite all of you to do the same. Like I said, this took me an hour and a half to draw. And I'm not a great artist. But you can do this. Find something. And the thing is, you don't have to go all out like this. You could just as easily do something like let's do something crude. This. Something like this. A little backpack on. All kinds of doodads sticking out of it. Do who knows what. Other doodads right here. They release some kind of toxin. Rip. And they're just sitting around having a good time opening mystery boxes and mystery pouches. A little rope tied next to it. It's snowing. Even something as simple as this you could do. And they're on a rooftop, hanging out, waiting for Santa Claus to come. Like the Mega Man 2 starting screen, you know what I mean? Dun 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 dun. Look how crude that is. But you get the point. And this I did in what, 5 minutes? You don't have to be a great artist. You just have to submit something. Just submit something, anything. You know? There you go. Who's this gnome man? A steam dwarf. Oh, wow, that command needs to be updated. Good call. Yeah, good thing we did that, huh? This could be you, Pack. Look at the difference. An hour and a half, full detailed, foreground pumping out stuff right here, background, minimal detail, an entire story built around it too. This right here in 5 minutes. And then off to the side right here, you could have like a little comic thing you did. 'Twas the night before. This poetry counts too. Frostfall. All through the house. I wrote it in a hurry, so it's really poor handwriting. But you could do this. But instead of making it one square, you could make this entire side right here one big box and then do a poem right here. A little short story about what happens. You could recreate the on the 12th day of Frostfall, a gibling gave to me. You know, 12 jib cups jibbing. 11 moonstones glowing. 10 things not procking. 9 angry Tariva. You know what I mean? But that's like the kind of thing you could do. Recreate a holiday song if you want to. Create a poem. There's all of its art and all of it counts. But that's just a look into the things you could create. Just follow your heart. Make something happen. You got 3 days. I'm counting on you. Is there anyone in here right now who can guarantee me that they'll try to submit something over the next 3 days? In the midst of all the farming you'll be doing and the RPing and hanging out and the streaming, can anyone in here promise me they'll try to submit something in the next 3 days? As low effort or as high effort as you want to. All I want to see is someone say, I'll try. I'll try. Ain't gotta be good. Everyone's gonna like, I don't know if I can make that promise, Adrian. I don't know if I can do that. That's fair. Just remember, if I can do it, you can do it. I'm not anyone special. I have no special talents. Yeah, Sharkietti, do some lyrics. Yes, absolutely. Take you 20 minutes. It can be as clever, as funny, or as unclever, as serious as you want. That's it. And that's the stream. Like I said, it's still, we need some motivation. I agree. I think some motivation would be key. Maybe if we get in a certain amount of submissions, we can promise a certain type of reveal. Like if we get 5 submissions, we can reveal this. If we get 10 submissions, you can reveal this or do this. 5, 10, 15, 20 submissions will net you this in return. You get the Discord points if you win, which is great, but maybe something happens with the game based on how many submissions you get. So then if that's the thing you really want to see or take part in, then you're going to be looking for it to take place. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Cool. Tell you what, y'all. How about some motivation? about some motivation? What do you say? Maybe you get a hat. I don't want to talk about hats. Certain someone's out there dissing things to my hats. I haven't forgotten that. If you all right now, if 5 of you, actually because Karai submitted one and I'm submitting one, if 3 of you right now promise to submit something for the holiday contest in the next 3 days, I will do a reveal and a leak right now. Check this out. You're not creative enough? You don't have to be creative. It can literally be this. Here's my Steam Dwarf, okay? They're walking. There's a patch of ice. They step on it. They slip. That's their beard, by the way. They slip. They fall. They're injured. And then Santa comes by to rescue them with all the reindeer. There's Santa, like under duress, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this theme door fell. This is so sad. Little Kris Kringle outfit right there. This poor Steam Dwarf fell down. Merry Christmas. There you go. Steam Dwarf is walking along, got their hat on, their beard. They fall, their hat falls off right there. Santa comes by, like, oh no, the Steam Dwarf fell down. Look at that. That's art. You can submit this. Anyway, we got our people. Ready? Check this out. How about that for a reveal? People have asked for a long time. I would like an opportunity to show support for Blankhans on my body, in my home, when I go to conventions. That is now an opportunity that you can take advantage of. Not quite right now, but here's a glimpse into your future. You're going to ask the website? I can't tell you that. You're going to ask the URL? I can't tell you that. You're going to ask when and where? I can't tell you that. What I can do is show you that. You will have the opportunity to have Blankhans merch and typically Coreborn merch on your person. So you can wear it around school, campus. You can wear it around work. You can wear it while you go to the grocery store. You can wear it while buying some beer. You can wear it at conventions. You can wear it while you play, while you stream the game. You can gift it to a friend. But in case you want to dab away, or maybe you feel a certain type of way about Grizz, because maybe Grizzlies aren't so smart, all they do is just attack and fight and stand around and thorn pathing, you can do so. Coming to a store near you. What is Show All Designs? I can't reveal that. We barely got the 5 we need to showcase this. That's how things work. That's how opportunities like this work. I can't click Show All Designs. I'm sorry. That's work in progress soon. But there you go. Right there. I like the Megalos one myself, actually. The Ultracore is cool too, in the 3 different designs, but I like the Megalos just roaming in the background. There you go. There's the reveal. And that's something that you can take advantage of in the future. So there you go. That is the entirety of today's stream. Like I said before, a lot of the staff is still on vacation. It's the holidays. We're all celebrating. But I'm happy that you all were here to see the stream and take advantage of this. Now, for the ones listed, Sharkietti, Mr. Unit, Grish, make sure that you go to the Discord, contribute towards the contest. You have until December 31st, 6 p.m. CET to do so. And Karai, if you want to submit twice, you can submit twice just for funsies. This is my submission. I might submit all these, actually. All 3 of these. I'm going to go right there. I'll put up all 3. But that's it. That's today's stream.